So in that framework, we propose the regulation for the future European Social Fund, where the types of interventions that are eligible now will be eligible in the future MFF. So there will be a continuity for all things that are now supported under ESF, on employment, on supporting vulnerable categories to access basic services, including healthcare, on education. Everything that we now support will continue to be supported under the next MFF. Of course, how much money will be available, that is to be seen after the negotiations.
And if I may add, this is why precisely we choose the ESF, because it's a big amount, it's a big instrument, who has been there for ages, I mean decades at least, and will continue. So we have the continuity, and the purpose is also cohesion, social cohesion. And so we are, and it's a shared management.
I have to underline the fact that this is a fund that supports vulnerable persons. Vulnerability of a person comes from different causes. And so, of course, this is a fund that, as I mentioned, supports people in poverty. Poverty means sometimes not being able to access education or healthcare, supports skilling and employment for workers. There are numerous types of interventions supported by this very old fund, this cohesion fund that we have. And the envelope currently, under the current MFF, is for all member states 140 billion euros. Of course, each member state has different amounts, but clearly this is a big envelope. And again, we stay inside this voluntary mechanism that the initiators of the My Voice, My Choice proposed. Member states under shared management exactly do this with ESF. It's not the Commission that dictates to them what they do with the money. We have a set of eligibility and objective rules, and then they decide how they allocate these resources. And of course, we have the letter of the 10 member states, maybe there are more. Those states and more have ESF allocations. These amounts are differ, but they are significant, much more than that was discussed in the public sphere, so they can for sure use it now and for sure in the next MFF, but let's see the numbers.
To give you an idea, the ESF Plus was 142.7 billion.
Is currently
in this mandate. We asked the same amount. And for Belgium, for a country like Belgium, it's 1.3 billion, 10 times more for Spain, and so on, depending on the population, of course. But what we wanted is a solid instrument, and this is this.
Thank you very much. Mose, Brussels Times, next question.
Thank you. I would like first to ask both commissioners, understand this is not a new fund, that's good, that seems very innovative, and obviously the money is not earmarked for this purpose, but still, did you make any estimations how much might be needed in the different member states? And relating to the previous question about, you said, that at least 10 member states have agreed to it, because it's voluntarily, as you said. I mean, but what is most important, I think, is that exactly those EU member states which currently have restricted access to abortion, or even ban it, that they are in it. Otherwise, it won't serve its purpose. And the third question is more political, because you said here, health is, as you said, member states' competency, right? And here found a solution how to, let's say, a solution which not infringe on that member state competency, because it's a matter of women's rights, right? About fundamental rights. I wonder, can this be seen as a kind of prejudicate in another issue which concerns freedom of religion, especially your country, Commissioner Labib, Belgium, where there are problems with circumcision of boys, you know that, the law about this, and the Commission said, no, we can't interfere because of that, but here interfered somehow, found a solution which respects the member states' competency while also ensuring fundamental rights. What is your opinion about that? Thank you.
Obviously, leave up to a commissioner to answer whether she won, but please let's dedicate this short press point to the topic of My Voice, My Choice, to the abortion.
You know, it is clear that health care policy, the way the member states deliver, organize their healthcare system is under their responsibility. We are not trying to create a new law, a kind of European law. We are fully respecting the treaties and this famous Article 168 that we know by heart, which is very clear that it is up to the member state. That's why we propose this instrument. It is up to the member state to decide if they want to use it. And I'm sure many member states will use it. We will show them the way. We will accompany them. We will communicate on this. At least 10 member states decided to back this citizen initiative. It doesn't mean that it's only 10 member states. Maybe there are much more, but it was a first row, I have to say. And we are going to communicate how they can use this ESF and how the technical aspect can be managed, but it is up to them. So we are not creating any violation of the treaties and the member states' competence.
Thank you. We have time for one more question over there.
Hello. Yes. Hi, Umberto Bacchi from Agence France Presse. Just a quick clarification. Is this a new thing that you're granting to member states, new possibilities, or actually you're just clarifying what was already possible and to do with those funds? Thank you.
In terms of general access to healthcare for vulnerable categories, this was already possible under ESF. Of course, we can speak about oncological cancer treatments, about different types of interventions. But it is the first time that we are clarifying that yes, indeed, access to this kind of healthcare service, which is safe abortion for women, is possible, eligible, as it is technically said, under ESF. But obviously, the fund is the type of fund that supports already access to healthcare for vulnerable categories from other types of perspectives, they would say. So we clarify, I would say, we announce, we clarify that this is possible under this fund.
Thank you. Commissioner, would you like to add something?
Yeah, I think that it's the first time that we say clearly it can be used for this purpose. It was not used in the past, and so we will accompany the member states who want to use it for that. And we propose a broad scope. I mean, all the costs, movement, transport, and so on. So it is, but of course, it is up to the member states to use it the manner they want, and we will organize. We are ready to share best practices and exchange between member states, following their rules, how they will use it.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your time with us, and we wish you a good afternoon.